So, the questions for the polity and the governance we have, the total number of questions are 17. 17 questions we have from polity and governance that I will be discussing now. And coming to the history part, 20 questions are there. 20 questions are there, this is 100%, so 17% of the questions are 17 questions from polity and governance, 2 are from governance, 15 from polity. And the history we have 20 questions, 20% of the questions, in which art and culture are 6, in which ancient India is 5, in which medieval India 2, and modern India and independence movement or freedom struggle 7. Overall we have 20 questions from history. The history, which is a constituent part of art and culture, ancient, medieval and modern India, overall it is 20 questions, and polity it is 17 questions. Coming to the geography, we have 7 questions from the geography. The core geography we have 7 questions, and in economy we have 15 questions. 5 questions are from economy part. And then coming to the science and technology have very important role now. 11 questions are from science and technology. General science also 3 questions, like pressure cooker type of questions came. So 3 questions from general science and 11 questions from science and technology. And in science and technology also most of the questions are from biotechnology part. Why? Because of COVID. There is a relevance with COVID, because of which the questions are from biotechnology point of view. So there is science and technology 11 questions and general science 3 questions. Current affairs 8 questions are there, in which 2 questions are from sports because of Olympics. 2 questions are from sports because of Olympics. Current affairs 8 questions are there. Environment is 15 questions. Why? Because Indian Forest Service and civil services, the common is environment. Why? Because in forest also we have to focus more on environment. In civil services also common exam is there. Prelims is a common examination for both of them. So environment questions are 15. In this way, this is a proper set of questions. 15 from polity, 2 from governance, 17 altogether polity and governance, history 20, art and culture 6, ancient 5, medieval also 2, and the modern India and the freedom movement 7. Overall it is 20 questions. And we have geography 7%, 7 questions, economy 15, science and technology 11, general science 3, current affairs 8 and environment. Overall it is 100 questions. So my analysis with my experience of into the UPSC field of 15 years into this UPSC field, I believe that the question paper is not easy, not tough, it's a moderate question paper. It's a moderate question paper, little bit easy when compared to the previous year. Little bit easy compared with the previous year. So my belief is for the general category, not for the economically weaker sections. For the general category, my belief is a premature or a prejudices. With that I am coming up, my cutoff will be somewhere around for general category 100 plus or minus 2. 100 plus or minus 2 will be the cutoff for the general category. So now we will be going into the questions, one after the other, one after the other. So Indian polity questions, this is the first question which we asked in this particular set. So the first question, under the Indian Constitution, concentration of wealth, Article 39 Clause B and Clause C specifically talks about DPSP, Directive Principles of State Policy. Under Article 39 Clause B and Clause C specifically talks that there should not be concentration of wealth. It's the responsibility of the government for the redistribution of the resources. It's the responsibility of the state for the redistribution of the resources under Article 39 Clause B and 39 Clause C, where it is clearly mentioned about it. The next question is, what is the position of right to property in India? Right to property in India, legal right, available to citizens only, legal right, available to any person, fundamental right, available to citizens only. Fundamental rights was being removed, elimination. Neither fundamental right nor legal right. No, it is a legal right. It is a legal right. Neither is there. So this both got violated. Coming to legal right available to citizens only, legal right available to any person. The first is right to property is a legal right under Article 300 Clause A. Under 300A, it is a legal right. But the question comes here, whether it is for the citizens or any person who is residing in India, which is called as domicile. Domicile means who is residing in India. So the answer is legal right available to any person not only to the citizen. If I am a foreigner, if I buy a land, if I buy a part of land, then it is a legal right. No one can take my property from me. Why? Because it is a legal right not only for the citizens, it is for domicile. It is for the people who had a permanent residence in India. So it is not the citizens, it is the domicile. Answer is B. What is the exact constitutional status? Very important. Exact constitutional status, please remember the date, 26th January 1950. But the 1976 42nd Constitutional Amendment Act, 42nd Constitutional Amendment Act had added secular socialist integrity. Secular socialist integrity. Remove the socialist, remove the secular. The date is 1950. Remove the secular. So, sovereign democratic republic. Answer is B. Sovereign democratic republic. This is the answer for this. The next. Constitutional government means. What is the constitutional government? Previous question, you know. This is a previous question. This is not a boomerang question. It's an expected question. It's a previous question. Constitutional government. Constitutional government means limited government. The government should run according to the guidelines given by the Constitution. The state doesn't have the power to violate the Constitution. Answer is the government limited by the terms of the Constitution. Direct question. Limited government. Constitutional government is limited government. So answer is D. Next question. 12th. In between these are other questions, other subject questions. Now 12th question. Very important question this is. Satanakulam case of Tamil Nadu. What happened in Satanakulam place in a town of Tamil Nadu where the father and the son were being killed. We can tell it as a clear example of a murder, a culpable homicide whereby the father and the son were being killed because they closed their shop after the timings of the lockdown. COVID timings, 9 o'clock they have to, 7 o'clock they have to close, little bit late happened, the police took them to the custody and they were being killed. So the custodial deaths are very common nowadays. So on this basis the question was being asked in the UPSC examination. Custodial death. There is a concept called as judicial custody. What is judicial custody? Yesterday what happened? Aryan Khan. The Supreme Court, the High Court, the Mumbai Court, NCB, Narcotics Control Bureau asked the court, Mumbai Court for judicial custody. Means what does it mean? So, under the guidelines of the judiciary, he will be kept inside the jail, not inside the police station. Judicial custody means he will be sent to the jail. I will tell you the sequence. The sequence is, if any person is, a complaint has been lodged. A complaint has been lodged in the police station and the police will do the inquiry. If the police find that something wrong has been happened, the police will file a FIR. Based upon the FIR, the seriousness of the section, he will be arrested or he will be given the warrant. If he is arrested, within 24 hours he need to send to the magistrate. The magistrate will find the positives and negatives and will send to the judicial custody. In the judicial custody, he will be in for 14 days in the remand, in the prison. There, on the permission of the police can, on the permission of the judiciary, the police can go to the remand and they can do the inquiry. That particular process is called as judicial custody. So, judicial custody means an accused in the custody of the concerned magistrate, and such accused is locked up in the police station, not in the jail. No, he will be locked up inside the jail, but not in the police station. Wrong statement. Elimination method. Elimination method. Next, during judicial custody, the police office in charge of the case is not allowed to interrogate the suspect without the approval of the court. Without the approval of the court. So, answer is B. He can inquire only with the approval of the court. With the approval of the court. During judicial custody, the police officer in charge of the case is not allowed to interrogate the suspect without the approval of the court. Yes, with the approval of the court, he can interrogate. Here the UPSC will play a mind game. See here. Not is there, without is there. Not is there, without is there. We will get confused. Not without cancelled. Means meaning is that yes, a police can interrogate with the permission of the judiciary. These words are very important. See here, not, if you overlook without, we will think this is wrong statement. But this is correct statement. Not and without both are cancelled, and this is the correct statement. So in judicial custody, we can interrogate, police can interrogate only with the permission of magistrate, only with the permission of judiciary. Yes. So the answer is what? 12th? B. The next. When a prisoner makes out a sufficient case, what is parole? Parole means, I will tell you. A person got in a judicial custody, he is arrested, or who is convicted, who got punishment for 2 years imprisonment in a jail. But a ceremony, father died, mother died. He need to attend the ceremony for 5 days. Death funeral he need to attend. But he is in the jail. So he need to get a special permission to attend the ceremony. So that special permission to attend a ceremony of religious obligation or cultural obligation or legal obligation or parental obligation, he will get a permission. That permission is called as parole. That permission is called as parole. So when a prisoner makes out a sufficient case, parole cannot be denied to such a prisoner because it becomes a matter of his right. Parole is not right. Parole hak nahi hai. Parole is not fundamental right. Parole is not legal right. Parole is not constitutional right. It is at the discretion of the judiciary. You cannot claim it. Parole you cannot claim it. So statement is wrong statement. Why? Because it is telling what? Parole is a right. But parole is a not a right. Means if I got arrested, I cannot go to the judiciary and I can tell that this is my right, give my parole, I cannot tell. Why? Because parole is not right. State government have their own prisoners release on parole rules. Prisoners comes under state list of 7th schedule of the constitution. State list of 7th schedule of the constitution. So that means what? The state government have the power to make the laws or rules with respect to prisoners. Prisoners parole. So this is the correct statement. Answer is 2 only. Constitutionally, in schedule 7 there is state list, there is central list, there is congruent list. So in the state list, it is telling that the prisoners are the part of state list. So that the state government can make a rule or law. So answer is B. 13th. 14th. Easy question. At the national level, which ministry is a nodal agency to ensure effective implementation of the Scheduled Tribes and other traditional forest dwellers Recognition of Forest Rights Act? Direct question from anthropology optional. Ministry of Tribal Affairs. Ministry of Tribal Affairs. Answer is D. A legislation which confers on the executive or administrative authority. Very confusing question. Listen carefully. A legislation means a law. A legislation, a law which conferred on the executive means government. A law which given power to the government or administrative authority like a police. An unguided and uncontrolled discretionary power in the matter of application of law means I made a law and I told that. You district SP, I am giving you ultimate power. You district SP, I am giving you ultimate power. Now your duty is implementation of Special Powers Act 1958. I made a law, the parliament made a law or the state legislature made a law and the state legislature gave ultimate power to the government or to the police authority, administrative authority. Yes, now your duty to maintain the order in the society. Whatever you do, I want order in the society. Whether such a type of law will result in violation of fundamental rights, whether such type of will be violation of fundamental right, there is chances there or not. Special Powers Act of 1958, how many criticism is there against it? In the matter of application of law violates which one of the following article? violates which one of the? It might be right to equality. This is not. Why? Because religion. This is not because uniform civil code. It is with respect to constitutional remedies. In this, what is the correct answer? Article 14 is right to equality. Whether equality is violated, or by showing this law, whether any fundamental rights are violated, hence I am not going for the enforcement of the fundamental right. So what is the correct answer? Welcome to Vishnu IAS Academy. We are excited to announce the launch of our new courses. Contact us for registrations and counseling. Hard work never fails. Keep learning. A or C? Very typical question this is. Very tricky question. A. I will leave it to you. A and C. A and C. We cannot come to a conclusion on this. It might be violation of right to equality also. It might be constitutional remedies also. So I don't want to do any risk. So balanced answer, it might be A or C. Next. Which one of the following in Indian polity is an essential feature that indicates that it is federal in character? Federal in character. Directly, Lakshmikant, first unit. Federal features. Independence of judiciary is safeguarded. Which one of the following in Indian polity is an essential feature that indicates that it is a federal in character? Which is ensuring federalism? Which is ensuring federalism? The union legislature has elected representatives from constituent units. The union cabinet can have elected representatives from regional parties. The fundamental rights are enforceable by courts of law. What is this? Independence of judiciary, no? For example, federalism. Schedule 7 of the constitution gave union list subjects, state list subjects, congruent list subjects. If the central government enter into the state list, whether the independent judiciary will give a beatings to the central government or not, what you are doing, man? These subjects belongs to state list, why you are entering into it? Independent judiciary. SR Mumbaiya case. In SR Mumbaiya case, the Supreme Court of India very clearly told that independent judiciary is a basic structure of the federal features. So, independence of judiciary is ensuring what? Federal features. All India service is there. All India service, IAS, IPS people are all India services who are unitary in nature. But if they violate, then the judiciary will come. Your role is working with the state government. Why you are not listening to the state government? You have to listen to the state government. Independence of judiciary also ensures federalism. So answer is A. Which one of the following best defines the state? Which one of the following best defines the state? Direct state. You know, state is nothing but a territory, a political territory, a politically organized people of a definite territory and possessing an authority to govern them, maintain law and order, protect their natural rights and safeguard their means of sustenance. The total political system in one particular territory is called as state. A total political system within a territory which have the rights to safeguard its natural resources, its water, everything, that is called as state. Direct answer, this is B. This is not. This is not. This is not. B is the correct answer. With reference to Indian judiciary, consider the following statements. 18th, very important question this is. Any retired judge of the Supreme Court of India can be called back to sit and act as a Supreme Court judge by the Chief Justice of India with the prior permission of the President of India. It comes under Article 128. Retired judge can temporarily act as a judge with the prior permission of President of India under Article 128. High Court in India has the power to review its own judgment as the Supreme Court does under Article 226. Both one hand. In this way you have to remember the articles 128, 226. Review petition. I can review my own judgment. Only difference, in the early judgment one judge is there, in the review petition the same judge should not sit. Another judge should sit or more number of judges should sit prior to the earlier judgment. Under Article 226, under Article 128. Tricky question. There is only one citizenship and one domicile. Domicile means where I have a residence. Where I have a permanent residence is called as domicile. Citizenship means legality. Citizenship means I have all the legal rights. Why? Because I am a citizen of India. But domicile doesn't have all the legal rights. That is the difference between the domicile and the citizenship. In citizenship, I have all the legal rights. In domicile, just I have a house, I have a residence, but I cannot claim all the rights which a citizen will enjoy. With reference to India, consider the following statements. First statement. Second statement, we will eliminate it. A citizen by birth only can become the head of the state. No. In America only, a citizen by birth can become the president of India. But in India, a person who came from foreign also, but who got a citizenship in India can also become president of India. Head of the state. Very important. Listen this. In India, by naturalization also anyone can become a president of India. Means if I took birth in India, I can become president. If my birth happened in Sri Lanka and I came to India and I got the citizen of India, I can become the president of India. But if you take America, if my birth happened in America or I came from India and I visited I am staying in America, I got the green card, I cannot become the president of India. To become the president of America, I should naturally take birth in America. But in India, it might be by natural birth or by registration. It can be by natural birth or by registration. What is the first statement? A citizen by birth only can become the head of the state. Correct statement or wrong statement? Wrong statement. Eliminate it. Eliminate it. 19th question. A foreigner, once granted the citizenship, cannot be deprived of it under any circumstances. No. He can be removed. No. See, I thought he is good person, I gave him just common sense. I thought he is good person, I gave him citizenship. Now he is doing all criminal activities. Now I will remove his citizenship. Possibility is there. Elimination. So what is the answer? One only. One only. A foreigner once granted the citizenship cannot be deprived of it under any circumstances. No, it can be deprived if he is not following the citizenship rules. So answer is one only. We adopted parliamentary democracy. Direct question. We adopted parliamentary democracy based on the British model, but how does our model differs from that of our model? First, as regards legislation, the British Parliament is supreme or sovereign, but in India, the power of the Parliament to legislate is limited. Yes or no? In India, Constitution is supreme, not the Parliament, but in British, what is supreme? Parliament. So this statement is correct or wrong? As regards the British Parliament is supreme, correct. If you remember, there is one constitutional expert told that British Parliament have the power to do everything except a man, a woman, and a woman, a man. So that means Parliament is having excessive powers. Correct statement. In India, matters related to the constitutionality of the amendment of an act of the Parliament are referred to the Constitution bench by the Supreme Court. No, not necessarily all. When the Constitution is questioned, then only it will go to the Constitutional bench. All the laws will go for Constitutional bench. Huh? So answer is what? 27th? A. When the Constitution is questioned, then only it will go to the Constitutional bench. Triple Talaq, it didn't went to Constitutional bench. Citizenship Amendment Act, it didn't went for Constitutional bench. Just violation of the law. With reference to union government, 28th, this is governance question, we will come back to here. 29th, right to privacy is protected under which article of the Constitution of India? Direct question. Puttaswamy judgment. That is the reason we have to remember all the judgments. Puttaswamy judgment, right to privacy is a fundamental right under article 21 of the Constitution. Yes. In India, very interesting question. In India, there is no law restricting the candidate from contesting in one Lok Sabha election from 3 constituencies. Means at a time, I can contest from 3 constituencies. But up to now, we have experiences. Wayanad, Amethi, Rahul Gandhi. Ahmedabad, Varanasi, this person, Narendra Modi. Pawan Kalyan of Andhra Pradesh, he also contested from 2 constituencies. It might be Lok Sabha constituencies or it might be legislative assembly constituencies. In India, there is no law restricting the candidates from contesting in one Lok Sabha elections from 3. Up to now, there is no law. True. There is no law which restricted that you have to contest only from this constituency or 2 constituencies or 3 constituencies. No law is there. Correct statement. In 1991 Lok Sabha elections, Sri Devi Lal contested from 3 Lok Sabha constituencies. This also we have to look into it. Very tricky question. As per the existing rules, if a candidate contests in one Lok Sabha election from many constituencies, his or her party should bear the cost of by-elections to the constituencies vacated by him in the event of him winning in all the constituencies. This is also not clear. This is another tricky question. We cannot come to a conclusion immediately. It will take time. So, 30, if anyone is coming up with an answer, it is a premature answer. We have to wait for it. 30, 15. These 2 questions. We have to get into it. This is the polity questions, moderate question paper, compared with 2020, little bit tough, little bit easier compared with the earlier question paper. The questions are in this format. Economy 15, geography 7 questions are there, polity and governance. Now we will be coming up with science and technology question paper. Please stay with us. Thank you.